Uh, this is awkward. I, I hardly ever do videos like this, and I am doing it because I feel the need at the minute. I've been speaking to a lot of friends about what's going on. For 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 some of my black friends, it's not any different to what's normally going on. To some of the others, it's all new, and I love that it's receiving this attention. I love that it's highlighting the issues that we face. I like that people are interested in actually listening. It's the first time in my lifetime that I've personally lost friends because when I tried to talk to them about it, they felt guilty. So this this is really welcome for me. Um, what I wasn't aware of is that people just think it's an American problem, that they're not really connecting the dots, that this is what we face some degree of racism everywhere in the world where we go. It's an active part of us traveling. I genuinely consider where I'm going with how I'll be treated. And even living in London, this melting pot, this cosmopolitan city, home to all people of the world, I experience it here too. So my video here is really to, I guess, increase awareness in the hope that others that weren't previously aware will now be a little bit more aware of the role that everyone together plays in it, and also of the responsibility that we each have in forming this future. So, whatever it is right now, whatever you want it to be ideally, we can't get there alone. It has to be together. So, to I really just wanted to share a few examples of my experience of racism here in the city. So I'm going to give you two. One was years back in Hammersmith, and I was going to work. I worked in Hammersmith at this time, and I was crossing a road, and I had my earphones, and as I was crossing the road, this man beside me jumped, like proper. When I'm saying dramatic, jumped, I thought something had happened. I thought he'd injured himself and fallen on the floor. He was on the floor, like crouching, like this. So obviously, I'm the kind of person that will try and help. Funny that. But so I came over to him, took my earbuds out. He was next to me, by the way. And I said, is everything okay? Are you okay? And he said to me, move away from me, I know your lot. And I was kind of like, I know what this guy's talking about. Like, by the way, I'm dressed in a shirt and some trousers. I'm looking smart going to work. So when we get down to it anyway, because I'm still confused right now, I'm asking questions like, are you okay? What's happening? I don't understand. He says, I know you lot, move from me. You lot and your knives. I know you have a knife. My hand was in my pocket because I was pulling out my pass, right? To go into work. This is my work permit pass. And this guy thought I had a knife in my pocket and I was pulling out to injure him. So this is the fear that is bred into people's minds that helps them to act the same way, because this guy's acting like, right, there's no I do not pose any threat to you, but it's what you have in your mind, what you read, what you see. It's just really your responsibility to digest the media in the right way, because that's really what's forming these opinions of me when I go to work and put my hand in my pocket. What was interesting was I looked around and everyone pretended as though they couldn't see what was happening. And he obviously got up, and I just put my earphones back in because I thought, fuck this. And I went to walk on. And he shouted at me, go home, go to your own country, and obviously I turned around again, and this guy again is now feeling hard. He's feeling good because also people are ignoring the fact that this is happening right now here, in the middle of bloody London, right? Everyone's just minding their own business. They don't see nothing. They don't hear nothing. And I thought, I turned back around thinking, like, this is like, he's actually attacking me now. Like, I never attacked this man in the first place. I actually went to help him and he attacked me. And now he's attacking me when I'm walking away. Like, okay. And then I just thought, you can't be an angry black woman. Not today. There's a police station right there, and they ain't coming to find this old white guy. They're coming to find you. So I had to ignore it, and I went to work. And I subsequently actually phoned the local station and said, look, what is it I can do when this happens? Because this is an incident that just happened. Like, he was behaving in a threatening manner towards me now, like moving towards me, telling me about, I need to go home. What is it that I can do in my own rights? There was nothing I could do. There's nothing I can do. Weeks later, police turned up at my doorstep because I had to formally report it. And interestingly enough, I don't believe it's because they were actually genuinely interested in this guy. They were interested in how I'm going to act, because if I then retaliate against this guy, at least there's some kind of record. So that's one story for you guys. Another story is just last year, and most of you will know this. I put it on my Facebook, so some of you that are on there would have seen it. I was in Oxford Circus again after work. Well, before that, the last time was before work. This time is after work. I'm on a busy platform, hub of the city, Central Line, going to Liverpool Street, and a man throws a banana at me. So yeah, there's not really much more to say than that. This was reported to the police. It was obstructed by the police. I gave all the right evidence. I was told I would receive a call to let me know how it was going, the case. They, just in case you don't know, when something happens on TfL, they have access to understand who's tapped in, so they can trace people easily, culprits, whoever's done said crime. And they have CCTV everywhere. CCTV. So this was, I phoned one of my friends, Benny. I told her exactly what happened as soon as it happened. She told me report it to the police, and I said, ain't nothing gonna happen. And she said, do it. There's a strong drive right now, Jessica, for TfL. Do it, especially for harassment and these kind of hate crimes. Like, phone them. I phoned them. I reported it on the phone. They took all the statements, asked where I was going, where I was, what platform, all of those details. And then I didn't hear from them. So I followed up, I think, probably about 4 times actually, and I was told all of these times that they're having issues with the CCTV footage. Now, if you're not aware, I think TfL keeps CCTV footage for 1 week and 1 week only. I think it's 1 or 2 weeks. Like, they delete it after that. So all of the conversations past the point of which, like, I followed up now, the CCTV was gone. It was completely gone. Eventually, a police officer informs me that they've pulled the wrong CCTV footage, that instead of catching, whatever the platform was that I was on, they've pulled another platform accidentally, and there's nothing more that they can be done. They're having to close the case because that's all lost. That is why a lot of the time we distrust that anyone's going to do anything anyway, on a racial case, on a hate case, because a lot of our cases aren't taken up, or I've had subsequent conversations with other police people that I'm friendly with, and they've actually said to me that they've bodged it, that this is common, that if they don't believe in your case, they'll deliberately pull the wrong evidence or bodge the case so that they don't have to do the work on it. it's not important. So yeah, I'll just leave that with you there. So no, there was no follow-up, no slap on the wrist for him, no conviction. And I'm guessing he's still out there throwing bananas at people. So racism in London is real. It's real. So go and talk to your friends. Like, if you've got any friends of colour, go and speak to them, ask them what they experience. My case isn't isolated. A lot, if not all, in fact all of my friends have, similar stories, maybe subtle stories, maybe really obvious hurtful stories, maybe violent stories. But we're not going to get anywhere if you don't know it exists on your doorstep. And we're also not going to get anywhere if we don't speak up and you don't listen out, because when we react to those things, that's when you see us, and you need to really realize that that's why we're reacting. We need everybody to be. We need everyone on our side. We need everyone to be aware, and we also need everyone to stand up to it, because like me saying this story is worth maybe this much, but having someone listen to that story who's not Black is worth much more. And that's because they'll tell the stories for us. They'll understand, and they hopefully won't replicate any of the more subtle stories, like your hair looks wild, that saying, like saying that to someone, or touching your hair, someone touching my hair, this happened, and told me, oh, it's greasy. That's because Black people have to use oil in their hair in order to keep it conditioned, or it looks dry. Like, this is a part of our culture. This is learn about our culture. Just please, it helps. It all helps. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share.